One of the crazy things is that you can eat healthy food all day long and still keep your body trapped in fat storage mode. It doesn't matter if you're eating granola, cereal, or any of these things that are healthy. If you're not eating the right foods at the right time, more importantly in the right combinations, you're gonna stay trapped and you're gonna be frustrated. And that's exactly why I believe this video is important for you. A smoothie for breakfast, a granola bar 2 hours later, a rice bowl for lunch, sweetened yogurt in the afternoon, pasta for dinner. None of those foods look outrageous by themselves, but every meal, every snack delivers more energy for your body to process. And when energy keeps coming in, your body has very little reason to tap into fat as it has already stored. That may be why you can lose 5 pounds, eat high carbohydrate meals, and wake up believing you gained everything back overnight. I know you're frustrated by this because you're probably experienced it. You're probably thinking, oh, I just look at food and gain weight. It's not necessarily that. You probably did not gain 5 pounds of body fat after you had that binge, but you did refill your bucket. And until you understand what that means, you may keep repeating the same frustrating cycle for the rest of your life. For the past 25 years, I've helped people transform their bodies, improve their health, and finally break free from the cycle of losing weight and gaining it back, that whole yo-yo dieting craziness. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that people are taught to obsess about calories, macros, points, and numbers on the scale without understanding what is happening inside of their bodies every time they eat. In this video, I'm gonna explain insulin in a way that is practical, simple, and immediately useful. I'm here to be as practical as possible. You're going to learn why you may feel hungry even though you have been eating all day, why your weight can jump after one meal, which foods are most likely to keep you trapped in that constant storage cycle, and how to structure your meals so that your body can finally begin accessing its stored energy. This conversation is bigger than just losing 10 or 20 pounds. When you constantly consume high processed foods, refined carbohydrates, sugary drinks, and snacks throughout the day, you're not just merely making fat loss more difficult. You are training your body to depend on a constant supply of incoming energy. Your energy rises and crashes. Your cravings intensify. Your concentration suffers. Your hunger becomes harder to interpret. And over time, your body may become less responsive to insulin, increasing your risk of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, or another metabolic problem. The tragedy is that many people believe they simply lack discipline. They blame themselves. They assume that they're broken. Sometimes the problem is not that you need more willpower or discipline. The problem is that you have built a daily eating pattern that repeatedly stimulates hunger, encourages overeating, and gives your body very little opportunity to use what has already stored. You cannot correct a pattern you do not understand. So let's expose the pattern. Imagine your body has an energy bucket. Every time you eat, you pour some energy into that bucket. Your body immediately uses some of that energy to keep you alive, power your brain, move your muscles, perform thousands of functions you never have to think about. Some of the remaining glucose is stored as glycogen in your liver and muscles. Glycogen is valuable. It gives you readily available energy for movement, exercise, and daily activity, and the bucket has limits. Now imagine that you can eat breakfast at 8 a.m. in the morning. At 10 a.m., you have a snack. At noon, you eat lunch. At 2:30 p.m., you grab a protein bar. At 4 p.m., you drink a sweetened coffee from Starbucks. At 6:30, you eat dinner. At 9 p.m., you have something sweet because you believe you earned it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All day long, you have been pouring more energy into that bucket. You may have never eaten an enormous meal, but you also never gave your body much reason to withdraw energy from storage. You kept making deposits without creating meaningful opportunities for withdrawal. This is why I call our system the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan, or better known as the EYB Nutrition Plan for an abbreviation. Empty Your Bucket Plan does not mean starving yourself. It means eating with enough structure, intention, and discipline that your body can use incoming energy and begin drawing from the energy it has already stored. Here's the killer insight. Your body cannot effectively solve an overflow problem while you continue pouring more into it. You do not need another trendy diet. You need to constantly stop refilling the bucket. This is already helping understand your body differently. So, what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas. One of its primary responsibilities is helping you regulate glucose circulating in your bloodstream. When you eat carbohydrates, they're broken down into glucose. That glucose enters the bloodstream and your pancreas releases insulin to help move it into your cells, where it can be used or stored. Think of insulin as a traffic director. It helps determine where the incoming energy needs to go and where it needs to stay. Some of the glucose can be used immediately. Some can be stored in the liver. Some can be stored in your muscles. When your body continually receives more energy than it needs, that excess can contribute to storage as body fat. Insulin is not evil. You need insulin to live. The problem is that your body releases too much insulin. Insulin is not evil. You need insulin to live. The problem is not that your body releases insulin. The problem is spending nearly every walking hour eating highly processed and rapidly digested food while barely moving your body. Living that kind of sedentary life is a death sentence. Insulin is not the only factor involved in fat gain, by the way, or fat loss. Total food intake, physical activity, sleep, stress, muscle mass, hormones, and food quality all matter. But ignoring insulin and meal structure is foolish. It is a lost game. When you eat carbohydrates, especially refined or sugary carbohydrates, glucose enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas releases insulin, helping bring your blood glucose back to its appropriate range. This basic sequence looks like this. You eat, glucose enters your bloodstream, the pancreas releases insulin, your cells absorb and use some of that glucose. Additional glucose can be stored as glycogen in your liver and muscles. When you rapidly consume more energy than your body needs, that excess can eventually contribute to body fat storage. While insulin is elevated, the release of stored fat is temporarily reduced. That makes perfect sense. Your body is essentially saying, why should I pull energy out of the storage when more energy is just arrived? That's why frequent snacking and high processed carbohydrates, heavy eating patterns can make fat loss completely impossible. It is not because every carbohydrate automatically becomes body fat. It's because constantly supplying more energy makes it easier to remain in an energy surplus, harder to access what you already have stored. Why does the scale jump up so quickly, JT? I hear this all the time. You follow your plan for several days, okay? You're being good for several days. Your body begins to drop. You see that the scale is moving, you're excited, but then you eat the pizza, the pasta, the rice, the dessert, the restaurant meal that didn't seem too bad. The following morning, that scale jumps up 3, 4, 5 pounds. You panic. You assume you've gained several pounds of body fat overnight. You did not, okay? That's the good news, all right? So just hang in there because I'm gonna give you some ideas here that are gonna give you a little bit of peace around this idea, but we need to understand what's happening so that we can avoid these things, okay? When your body replenishes glycogen, the glycogen is stored with water. High carbohydrates, starchy carbohydrate meals also tend to contain more sodium, which causes additional water retention. A temporary increase in water weight is not the same as gaining several pounds of body fat. But do not abuse this truth because I see this all the time. One meal might create a temporary scale fluctuation. Repeated overeating willingly will eventually create real fat gain. You're gonna see some weight come on if you continue to do this back to back. Don't panic over one imperfect meal. Do not use water weight as an excuse to continue undisciplined patterns. The biggest problems usually come from foods that are highly processed, rapidly digested, easy to overeat, and poor at keeping you satisfied. These include foods such as white bread, pastries, sugary cereals, cookies, candy, sweetened coffee drinks, soda, fruit juice, chips, crackers, granola, sweetened yogurt, oversized smoothies, and many protein bars that are little more than candy bars wearing gym clothes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They're just dressed in good marketing, but I have yet to see a healthy protein bar. These foods can cause blood glucose to rise quickly, followed by a significant insulin response. For some people, that is followed by energy crashes. You see the peaks, the troughs, renewed hunger, cravings, and another round of eating. This creates a roller coaster effect, right? This whole idea of being in a perpetual cycle and not being able to break out of that cycle. You eat because you're tired. You feel temporarily energized when you eat these high sugary foods, but then you become hungry again. You eat again and again, and you continue to do that same cycle, and that's exactly what gets you in trouble. Then you say, I don't understand why I'm hungry. I'm hungry all the time, JT. I hear this from my clients all the time. I've been eating all day and yet I'm still hungry. This may be precisely why you are hungry. You're constantly spiking insulin, right? And your body becomes accustomed to that energy influx. That may be precisely why you continue to binge eat, why you continue to be hungry even though you've had a perfect day of eating. You have been stimulating your appetite all day without eating meals that create lasting satisfaction, that keep you satiated. Subscribe to the channel and click the link below to learn more about the Empty Your Bucket nutrition plan if you're looking to solve this problem once and for all. This is not just another program that asks you to count calories, macros, points for the rest of your life. We teach you how to structure your meals, control your eating rhythms, improve your metabolic health, and build discipline necessary to maintain your results. Because the goal is not merely to help you lose weight. The goal is to help you become the kind of person who can lead your appetite instead of being led by it.